Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Same. Thank you so much for the support. This is a typical example of the leopard. It's eating some people's face. I never know the leopard will eat my face. It's eating you, Venezuela and Cubans. The leopard is eating your face real good. Now, I am going to say this. The fact that some people wake up and look at themselves and think that they are going to align themselves with white supremacy, right? It's mind boggling. Why is it mind boggling? Because they do not want you. I just do not know why you want to align with people that do not want you. Isn't that the most very stupid something somebody will ever wake up to do? Right? You all been screaming you will vote Donald Trump and you voted him, right? Now he is about to vote you out. And I hope you all are ready because almost 500,000 green cards and all that will be canceled. And he is asking you people to either you voluntarily exit or get ready to be taken to the worst criminal prison. So you have to choose the one you want. See, this is a very teachable moment that, like I always say, it's either you learn next time in your next life, you absolutely will listen to people that already mastered the act of the oppressor. You already want to be white so bad, but the white ain't even white for you. Let's get into this video.
So this is the part where I have to tell Cubans something, okay? If you've never heard of this, listen up. The net that you cast for someone else, you fall in. I'm going to take this time out to make this point also. For many, 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 many white people, the net that you cast for someone else, you will fall in. Venezuelans, the net that you cast, I want y'all to remember this now, because it's scripture. You cast for somebody else. The setup, okay, you're going to fall in. The Bible also says, if somebody been good to you, never done anything harm to you, and you do evil to them, evil will never leave your house. So y'all remember that. Okay? Y'all remember that. Look back into your life and tell me what type of trap you tried to set for other people. Other groups of people. That net finally got you. So this is the part. Cubans for Trump. It's not a clapback. I'm not trying to fight with you. We had enough words before, during, and after the election. I know that you've been living your life by putting, and like most Trumpsters, you put your head in the sand, only listen to the Fox News, and he's banking on that, and you haven't been paying attention to what's going on in the world. Trump, as of about 7 hours ago, revoked the parole program for more than 500,000 Cubans, Haitian, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. And that's not the bad part of this, right? The bad part about this is that he's given everyone, as of March 25th, 30 days to leave this country on your own. If not, Homeland Security and ICE are coming for you. Go look it up. Article is right here. Now, I'm entitled to, and I told you so. I don't take any pleasure in telling you this news. I try to help you before the election, because had we had Kamala Harris, this would not be happening to you, and it would not be happening to me, because I know goddamn well I'm next. I'm Puerto Rico. I'm fucking next. Somehow, some way, my ass is next. So, with that being said, you've had your head in the sand and you haven't been paying attention to the news, because all you listen to is Fox News. Well, what has been happening is that undocumented immigrants, or those that he is now deemed no longer welcome in the country, have been rounded up, but they're not being sent back to their countries. They're being sent to El Salvador, because Marco Rubio, one of your own, made an agreement with El Salvador and the president that's Arab and made an agreement that that's where they're going to send the deportees. That center is one of the worst prisons in the world, known as the confinement of terrorism. And that's where he's sending people without any criminal records. Just go look it up. And maybe you were one of those Cubans that was clapping your hands. That's exactly what needs to happen, but that's about what's going to happen to you if you do not willingly deport yourself out of this country. I tried to tell you a week ago in another video that you needed to start making other arrangements other than the United States. And I know none of you chimed in. None of you want to hear. I'm pretty sure most of you got me blocked. You need to put your girl down as somebody you need to listen to, because what I've said to you up to date is absolutely accurate as I called it. With that being said, please know that birthright citizens are next, and so are naturalized citizens, and so are green card holders. I told you before the election, he only wanted your vote, and now he's proven it. He don't give a damn. You voted in can't even say it. You voted a dictator, just like Fidel Castro, into office, and now you're seeing the cruelty of what it is to be a dictator. I don't want to see you separated from your kids, and I most definitely do not want to see you end up in that prison. Please heed my warning. Start making arrangements for a country other than the United States, because within the next couple of months, this country will not accept you anymore, and I don't give a fuck what your citizen status is. But y'all have a blessed day. The Cubans down in Miami are finally entering the find out stage. The Cubans down in Miami are now being detained. Cubans with the I-220A form, they're now being detained by ICE. There was some type of mix-up during the Biden administration where the Cubans that were coming in through the southern border, there were Cubans coming in through the southern border. Some of them were given some other type of paperwork, versus some Cubans were getting this I-220A form. And now all of those Cubans that were issued a I-220A form, Donald Trump and his administration are rounding them up and detaining them. You can find this article in the Miami Herald. The Miami Herald is a huge newspaper publication down in South Florida. In the article, it says, immigration lawyers estimate that hundreds of thousands of people have gotten the I-220A form after being processed at the U.S.-Mexico border. That paperwork has made it difficult for recently arrived Cubans to fix their immigration status, including getting a green card, though the decades-old Cuban Adjustment Act, like generations of people from the island before, have been able to do. So it's a problem with this I-220A form. The I-220A form is a form that simply documents that a migrant has been released into the United States by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but it does not confer lawful or permanent immigration status. Border authorities have given it to hundreds of thousands of Cuban nationals after processing them at the U.S.-Mexico border. The Cubans were placed in what are called removal proceedings, a legal process to determine if an immigrant should be deported and released with certain conditions, including attending immigration court hearings and checking in with authorities. Some Cuban immigrants used the paperwork to apply for green cards and got them granted through the Cuban Adjustment Act, a 1966 law that allows Cubans to apply for permanent residency a year and a day after arriving in the United States. However, in September of 2023, Immigration Appeals Court judges ruled that I-220As could not be used to get green cards. That means that Cubans who entered the U.S. with the document have had to find other ways to permanently stay in the U.S., including seeking political asylum or having family members request a green card on their behalf. I would be interested to know if the Cubans down in Miami are requesting green cards on behalf of other Cubans, being that they overwhelmingly went into the voting booth to vote in Donald Trump, being that they are known, Miami Cubans are known for getting in the door and shutting it behind them, not helping their family to get in over here. They'll quickly tell them, come in the right way. Remember that lady I shared a video? Come in the right way. Remember the other lady I shared a video of? Yeah. We aren't the criminals. He's only deporting the criminals. This is how Cubans in Miami think. They got theirs, F you, and then they look down upon their Venezuelan brothers and sisters, their Mexico brothers and sisters. They look down upon the other Latina and Latino communities and view them as the criminals. Yeah. And now they're being detained because they aren't here legally. Child, where's my video? All of you Miami Cubans that are being detained, you can thank the other Miami Cubans who voted for Donald Trump.
If you Americans really want to know how fucked up our country is, I need you to go and read the Cuban Adjustment Act of 1966 that was signed into law by Lyndon Baines Johnson, a Democratic president. In that act, the Cubans are given more services than an American citizen. They got education, they got health care, they even get Social Security for those of them who have never worked in the United States of America. They get money for college, they get all kinds of stuff, housing, refugee stuff, everything. This Cuban Adjustment Act from 1966 has cost the American taxpayers billions and billions of dollars. You don't hear any of the Congress people, you don't hear any of the senators talking about revoking the Cuban Adjustment Act that cost America billions of dollars. Just like they like to say you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, I think that should apply. But the Cubans in Miami, they all vote Republican, and everything that they have gotten have been from Democratic presidents. Now Trump is going to deport the Cubans, the Haitians, the Nicaraguans, and the Venezuelans. Because down there in Miami, and I'm a Floridian, unless you habla, you're in trouble. There are places down there in Miami where everything is in Spanish. So now that Trump says the official language of the United States is English, I wonder what Miami-Dade County is going to do. I am just wondering. But read the Cuban Adjustment Act. Read all the things that they get. They're ahead of every single nation in the world. And when they come here, within 1 year, they can get a green card. They go to the head of the line. Now, I am sorry. I think that this whole thing, because Cuba is a communist nation, that they should go to the top of the line is not fair. I'm sorry. They should not be getting special treatment because China is also a communist country. There's no special treatment for China. There are other countries that are dictatorships that there's no special treatment. So yeah, read the Cuban Adjustment Act. Billions of taxpayer money being spent on them.
I remember during the last election, the Cubans were lined up for the President Trump, the current administration. They were angry, waving flags in the streets, Cubans for Trump. Interesting. Very interesting.
I had to come to the store to get me some more popcorn because I'm going through it like crazy. Some heads are going to roll. People are going to start throwing names under the bus, over trees and everything. Because the D, he said he didn't sign nothing, he didn't authorize nothing, and he didn't know about no planes going to El Salvador. He said the person who was in charge of that and who authorized it was Miss Marco Rubio. Yep, she did it. It was all Marco's idea. He was the one with the plan. He was the one who did it. Go talk to him. Don't ask me nothing about it because I don't know shit. But then this morning, Miss Caitlin, the press secretary, the little blonde girl, she came out and said, and read, not just said, but she read it, that Donald Trump authorized, signed, and ordered the flights. We know there's some infighting going on in that White House right now. Let me go in here and get my damn popcorn, because let me go get my popcorn.
And you know why all this is happening? All this is happening because the president of Venezuela would not take his people back. He would not take his gang members back. He said, nope, sorry, I'm not doing it. So Trump said, fine, I'll find a place for him. And he found the worst and the hardest prison probably in the world, El Salvador. And he's shipping Venezuelans to El Salvador. But get this, the judge told him he couldn't do that. But did Trump give a damn? No, he did not. He put them all on planes and flew them straight to El Salvador and refused to turn the planes around. So if you are Venezuelan, y'all better be careful, because they said some of those people weren't even gang members. They weren't even gang members. They were just illegally here, immigrants. But the president of Venezuela don't even want them back. He said, y'all left? Oh, well. Have fun being wherever you gonna be, because you can't come back here. So if you can get back there on your own, that might be a good idea. Because if you have Trump do it,
I have no idea why colored MAGA, why that's even a thing, why people who are not white voted for MAGA, but they did. And now I do understand now all of these people voted for Trump, but many of them did. Many of them did support Trump. And now he's sitting up here swiping their legal status. All right, so this article from The Guardian. Trump revokes legal status of 530,000 Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. Trump's administration will revoke the temporary legal status of 530,000 Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans in the United States, according to a Federal Register notice on Friday, in the latest expansion of his crackdown on immigration. It will be effective on the 24th of April. The move cuts short a 2-year parole granted to the immigrants under former President Joe Biden that allowed them to enter the country by air if they had United States sponsors. Trump, a Republican, took steps to ramp up immigration enforcement after taking office, including a push to deport record numbers of immigrants in the U.S. illegally. He has argued that the legal entry parole programs launched under his Democratic predecessor overstepped the boundaries of federal law and called for their termination in a January 20th executive order. Trump said on March 6th that he would decide very soon whether to strip parole status from some 240,000 Ukrainians who fled to the United States during the conflict with Russia. Trump's remarks came in response to a Reuters report that said his administration planned to revoke the status for Ukrainians as soon as April. Biden launched a parole entry program for Venezuelans in 2022 and expanded it to Cubans, Haitians, and Nicaraguans in 2023, as his administration grappled with the high levels of illegal immigration from those nationalities. Diplomatic and political relations between the four countries and the United States have been strained. The new legal pathway came as Biden tried to clamp down on illegal crossings at the United States-Mexico border. The Trump administration's decision to strip the legal status from 500,000 migrants can make many vulnerable to deportation if they choose to remain in the United States. It remains unclear how many have entered the U.S. on parole now have another form of protection or legal status. This is going to be a whole mess. They're going to just start cracking down on brown folks. But we should have known that this was happening because he was racist in his first term. And these people would have rather voted for him again than to vote for Kamala Harris. But this is on them because they tend to break conservative because abortion. But the thing is, they still don't have to get one if they don't want one, but they still feel like they should police women's bodies. But now their legal status is in jeopardy. Anyways, y'all, join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this and all of the other stories where leopards are feasting. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
So I heard Delinda out here saying he gonna deport the Cubans. And so I just have one question. Do you think I should color my eyebrows to match my wig? Because I was thinking about bleaching them for a whole new look. What do you think?
This is all I got from this video. You know, sometimes some people will think they are doing other people, right? Not knowing they are doing themselves. I mean, this is just like a general kind of example for literally everybody, because the only people that I can stand up for so far are my own people that voted right. So you all thought that this man was going to spare you. What? I don't know what is wrong with you people. The truth is that this man was never, ever, he never hid his agenda or his intention, his policies. They were all spelled out, written out, right? Now you all can see that the net you casted it caught you people too, right? And now you all, he is giving you people 1 month, just 1 month. So it's either you leave self-deportation, you live by yourself, or you will be sent to the worst criminal prison. So you have to choose the one you want. Well, man, see, I have been saying this since November, so this very moment. You see what happened in November? That is actually history, right? And if people do not learn from, I still know that some people will not learn, especially people that look like this. And those people that are trying so hard to buy into white supremacists or that align themselves with white supremacists will also make the same mistake. But I don't know if I am happy or not. But why I love the experience, because you all will experience it by yourselves. The trap you set for other people ended up catching you, right? So you all will experience what it feels like to align yourself with people that do not want you. Venezuelans, Cubans, Latino, and rest of you all really messed up last election. And they were trying to correct you people, and you all are saying that black people this, black people that. I still see Latinos going back and forth with black people, trying to prove a point that black people and then have always been in community. And then they ask them what happened last year. They are not able to explain themselves. The same thing with Cubans and the Venezuelans. What happened last year? You all really, I didn't know how to say it, but may I not be the weapon fashioned against myself. See, yes, may I not? Because how you people did what you did is still like, stunt, like, I don't know, but I think it's really wild that you all woke up and said that I am going to vote against people that look like me, because what you did was voting against my own people. Then, because you want to align with white supremacy, and now the people you are aligning with aren't even aligning with you, they are chasing you away. Like I said, this is a huge teachable moment. If you do not learn from this, you will never learn. And you all better start packing your bag. So you will vote. You voted Donald Trump. I will vote Donald Trump. Good luck to you all. Bye for now.